Good morning and happy Monday. Thank you for joining me. I can see that people are still watching, so it's lovely to have your company. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Corinne and I'm going to be both hosting and guesting for the next hour. So it's fantastic that you are here. So I'm not totally on my own. I've got Sam on cameras. Morning, Sam. And I've also got Amber producing. Morning, Amber. So there we are, all girl crew this morning for this. This is going to become a regular Monday morning show, so I hope you enjoy it. It's all about card templates. So yeah, I'm into all things paper craft, so I love that. So yeah, we're going to start making a regular Monday at 9 o'clock, I'm hoping. Now, last week we showed you the amazing book card, so you were loving that. That was so popular. Today, it's a little bit different. It is an exploding box. I think I called it a pop-up box on the video. But what you're going to get is you're going to get the templates and everything you need to make this. Now, isn't this super cute? It's a little box. When we take off the lid, I'm going to hold it. And then when you let it go, it pops open. And you've got all of these gorgeous layers inside. Isn't that fantastic? And I love how you've got these beautiful corners that all just fit through there. It claps up. Now, what are you going to be putting in the middle? That could be a gorgeous little miniature wedding cake. It could be a flower. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could be something that pops up. It's entirely up to you. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Now, what you're going to get is you're going to get 4 templates. And you're going to get the instruction. If you're buying the physical one, you're going to get the 4 templates like this. That's going to make the biggest, the middle, and the smallest layer, and the lid. Then I've got it down on my desk and I'll show you. You'll also get a PDF download that's going to give you all of the mats and layers as well. So we've also got it in SVG format, so it's entirely up to you. Now, if you are after it, how do you get this wonderful, wonderful product? It's really, really easy. So shopping here at Highlight Crafts is the easiest thing possible. You can shop while you watch. So if at any point whilst I'm demonstrating you think, yep, Corinne, that one is a little bit of me, then all you need to do is drop the word shop plus stencil for $7.99 into the comments box below your picture if you're on Instagram or on Facebook. Now, if you want, you can jump straight over to the Highlight Crafts website and you can start building your basket over there. But if you do it through the social media, once you've entered the word shop stencil, that will, or shop SVG, and we'll go into that one in a minute, then that will start your basket going. You'll get a direct message from us with a link in it. Click on that link and you'll find your basket. You could add anything else in. I've got some amazing deals for you. They're not out on the counter, but I've got some down there. We've got some pearls. We have got an amazing price on the Moments of Joy die collection. You don't want to miss that. And apparently the price on the Sospresso Transparente is not to be missed. I love that. I got introduced to that last week and it's going to be one of my top favourite products. So please just shop as you want and you can get them like that. So build up your basket and away you go. Now, when you are ready to check out, please don't forget to log into your Highlight Crafts account because you will get a discount. You will get a discount on your very first purchase. It's free to join the club and you'll get a discount and you'll start collecting points as well. And so even though it says $4.99 for shop SVG, the SVG version, you're never going to pay $4.99 if you log into your account. It's going to be less than that. It's like a ladder, and the more you shop with us, the longer you're with us, the higher up that ladder you get and the more discount you get. So yeah, really, really simple, and I hope you are going to enjoy this. So as I mentioned, shop stencil is going to get you the 3 stencils. This is $7.99 and you're going to get all 3 stencils. It shows you where you need to cut and where you need to score. Now, one thing we're adamant about, wow, it's great for you to put that on camera, isn't it, Sam? White cream stencils on a white table, really good, loving that. The one thing we are determined to always do is all of these are going to be able to be made out of sheets of A4. None of the stencils that we are going to be bringing you in this in any of these collections, in this series, will require cardstock greater than A4. Now, if you've got 12 by 12, you might find that you can use it if that's what you want to do, but you will always be able to get everything to fit onto A4, which I think is really, really key. Okay, so that is the shop stencil. That is the physical version. Oh, and also meant to say, don't forget, if you shop with us and your spend after your discounts comes to £35 or more, you will get free postage as well. We'll pay your postage, so you can't ask for more. Now, the next one I want to show you, and then I'll start seeing who's here, because there's loads of you here, is the SVG version. So as you know, this is for people that like to craft with their scan and cut or their Cricut, or there's electronic cutting machines. So what you're going to get is you're going to get everything just the same as you get in the stencil. And if you can see, oh no, it's not to size, that's why. They will be the same size. I promise you they will be the same size. But the great thing is, with them being SVGs, you're going to be able to resize them as well. Now, on the SVG, you are also, as well as you're getting the actual box templates, you are also going to be getting all the mats and layers as SVG cutting files. So even if you want the physical stencil to do the one bit, you might want the SVG to do the mats and layers. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. So shop SVG. £4.99. As I already mentioned, that is your pre-discount price. So it's just a phenomenal value, and you're going to be able to make little exploding boxes like this. I think we should see who's with us. We have Avril, Barbara B, Sue S, Liz Greenwell, she says good morning and happy Monday. Christine's here, Maureen C's here, so is Lorraine, and Jonathan, and Jane. Diane is back after a week of no internet. Do you know what we don't realise how much we use the internet, do we? My car has a funny bit in it, and every now and again it mutes the audio, and I hate driving now without the music on, so I can't imagine what you are like without the internet. Diane. Carol's saying good morning to everyone. Pat is here, so is Yvonne, so is Tracy, Karen Price, Julie W. She says, hopefully weather driving conditions are better for you all. Now, the weather is perfect. I think Claycross, where we are based, they have suddenly decided that every road work or every set of workmen needs to come to Claycross. Sam is nodding. Yeah. Amber got here about a minute before. There are roadworks and traffic lights every angle that you try to get to the studio. Every angle. It's fun. It's fun. David's here. Fran says she's back and good morning. Faye is here, as is Pam. So is Alison, and also Lexi. So good morning to you all, and thank you for joining me. I'm so glad to see you. I'm going to star that. Stephanie and I have created a way so we know where we get up to. Right, now, if you're going to be making these, you're going to be needing some card to make them out of. I would recommend that when you're making these, this is just a little white one, just so you can see, you're making them out of 250 to 300 GSM cardstock to be making your main templates. Your mats and layers, obviously you're going to use whatever GSM or pounds, if you're in America, of cardstock you want to use. You're probably going to drop that down to 120, 150, something like that. But for your card base, you're going to need 250 upwards. So we have got on the show the pure print. So this is the one that is perfect for your scan and cut mats. So this is going to work wonderfully. It won't all disintegrate onto your mat. Now we have this at £12.99 today, so you're going to get 50 sheets for £12.99. So if you want that, that is absolutely perfect. It's 300 GSM. You can put it on your scan and cut to cut out the mats and layers. You don't have to have a white box. I'm going to show you. I've got one going that I've done it in black, and then I put coloured on the mats and layers. It looks lovely. So if you did want black, we have, oh sorry, I forgot to say that was shop card for the white. If you want the black, now this is in a 12 by 12, you want to do shop 20. Now this has been reduced, can you see? There we go. It is a 12, look at that, gorgeous quality cardstock. It is a black cord cardstock, so that means that when you cut it or tear it, you know you're going to get black all the way through. 12 by 12, 220 GSM. It will do for your card bases, but maybe go a little bit heavier with your mats and layers to give it that little bit of extra strength. So 20 sheets of that, that's why it's shop 20, £9.99, 50p a sheet. Brilliant. This one's going to be a godsend for you when you're crafting your DIY Dr. Tape. It's still on a fantastic price. This is 10 sets. So you're going to get 30 rolls. Have I got that right? I think I have. And you're going to get quarter inch, half inch, and 1 inch in your tapes. So you're going to get that comes in each bundle. It is one of the best tapes around. If you like to use dry adhesive, then this might be the one that you want to go for. So you've got the inch, half inch, and quarter inch, and you've got that 10 times over. Our bundles are getting a little bit depleted, but yours won't be. So shop tape for £17.99. Obviously, it lasts depending on how long you craft, but I'd be surprised anybody's going to get through that in a year. So yeah, brilliant. Now, I've already mentioned the moments of joy. Just as we're about to go on air, Stephanie said, how much is a moments of joy, Amber? And then she said, we'll have it a bit cheaper, thank you. So we've dropped it down to £9.99. Now we are at the tail end. There is a handful left. So please don't hesitate for this. So what you're going to get is you're going to get the 2 die sets. So you're going to get puddle jumpers, and you're also going to get paws of comfort. So these are really, really cute. So they're 2 dies in each one. Oh, and this one's a 1 die, 2 die cuts. Now this one is 2 dies, and you're going to get that as a die, and then a matte layer to go round the outside. But you're also going to get the artwork as well. So you're going to get the full Minecraft Studio in there, shop bundle for £9.99. Isn't that really cute? Look at that card. Isn't that gorgeous? You're going to get the backgrounds. Let me show you what you're going to get. So you're going to get, the scene building elements, so you can be drawing and creating your own pieces. Now you'll see this is the one that I've used on the demo I'm going to show you, because I've made it a bit smaller. You're going to get your digi stamps, put these, oh look at these, can you imagine these over that Bright and Beautiful? That would look beautiful. You're going to get your overlays. Now these look as if they're on transparencies, so you're just going to get all of the detail, and you're not going to get anything in the background. I love these, and they all match the dies. You're going to get your reflections. Now anybody that's new, reflections is the artwork that matches the dies. So when you print these out on A4 and you lay the die on top, it's really easy because you can see where the little tag goes, and it'll help you to line it up perfectly. Then that will cut out and create. So let me show you. When it's cut out, you get the image just like this. Doesn't that look lovely? Cut it out multiple times because you're getting 8 on each page, and then you can do your own decoupage. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And then finally, oh, not quite finally, you're going to get your scenes. I love these, 20 different scenes. This is going to start building up your library of scenes, or if, add to scenes that you've already got. I love that. Look at the vibrancy. They look lit, don't they? They are bright and beautiful. And then you've also got your textures. Now remember, it's Minecraft Studio, so although we're giving it you in 4 different colorways, you've got Minecraft Studio there, and you've got infinite number of colorways that you can create on there. So that's shop bundle for £9.99. Now I'm guessing because this is on here, we also have it in SVG format. So what that will do is it will give you the artwork. Oh, shop digital, there you are, and that is £8.99. Amazing savings on these, but you'll get instead of getting the dies, you get the SVG cutting files for the 2 images as well. So yeah, absolutely perfect. Shop digital if you want that. Now, so Spesso Transparente. I had to take a deep breath to do that. This is new to me. So what are we going to get in this bundle? I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 packs of the actual flowers. Now these come on a sheet. So what you need to do is you just need to cut them out. There is ways to do this on your scan and cut. So basically, if you want to do it on your scan and cut, put a black sheet down, put it over just like that, then turn it upside down. The scan and cut will see the black line. That will create your cutting file. Take it out, take the black card out, and then it will cut. Otherwise, you can just cut them with your scissors. So you cut them out, and then you heat them with your heat source of choice, and that's either a hot heat gun or a little tea light. I tend to use a little tea light, and then you can shape them, and I will show you some that I have made. So if you want that, shop mixed is the bundle there. So you're going to get all of these. Look at that. There you go, Sam. Does that make it a little bit easier? Yeah. We have the little, I think there's a hellebores. You're also going to get the coloured orchids. These are beautiful, aren't they? You're going to get the blue butterflies. The butterflies look gorgeous when they're shaped up. You're going to get the iris, passion fruit, passion flower, not passion fruit, sorry, and also the mini flowers. That's brilliant. Just in case, there'll be lots of videos on the Highlight Crafts website, and last week I did a tutorial on how to use that on my YouTube website if you want to go and see that. Now, if you buy that, one thing I would recommend you get that is Shop Emboss is the specialist embossing tools. They're only $14.99 today. Now the mat is lovely and soft, so you're going to be able to shape without cracking them. But it's these ball tools are the key. As you'll see, they're wooden ball tools. The plastic won't stay warm for long. If you use a metal ball tool, all you're going to do is you're going to wick the heat out of the plastic straight away, and then it's not going to shape. Wood doesn't take the heat away from the plastic. This means that you can then get and shape those die cuts, or those cut flowers while they're still warm. You'll get the best effect. I actually had a message from a lady saying, I gave up on my Sospresso transplanting because it wasn't shaping, but I was using a metal ball tool. Thank you for explaining that it needs to be wooden ones because they're that bit warmer. So there you go. So if you've got wooden ones, you won't need that. But if you've only got metal ones, then I would truly recommend you consider buying some wooden ball tools for your Sospresso. Now, if you're doing the manual version of the stencil, then I would recommend that you have a paper trimmer. This is a fantastic offer, and I have actually looked at how this bundle is made up. Effectively, what you're doing is you're paying for the 2 packs of card, and for just a couple of pounds more, you're getting your paper trimmer. So you're getting your florals and your everyday, and I'm going to show you this. So this is absolutely, oh, so yeah, $29.99 if you just want the paper cutter. That's or shop Caboodle for an extra £5, and you're getting this paper card. Can you see the embossed detail? I love this with the numbers on. And then brickwork, dots, the diamonds, cogs and stripes. These are going to be brilliant. You can use them in your boxes, all your card making. You can just use them however you want. Floral ones, lots of different florals. It's a lovely emboss, and you've got quite a deep deboss as well. Oh, you can see that there brilliantly. White doesn't show up well on camera. Hearts, butterflies, little mini flowers, and even, oh, look at that, like roses. These are perfect. So you get whichever one works. It's either Shop Caboodle if you want the paper trimmer plus the 2 packs of card, or what was the other one? Shop Trim for $29.99 if you just want the paper trimmer. Now the paper trimmer alone should be $49.99. So for $34.99 you're getting the trimmer and the cardstock. So that is brilliant value. Right, let's see if anybody else has come in because I want to show you how to do this. So I'm not going to be able to check this. Oh, Pam's off to the dentist. Oh, good luck. I really hope it goes all right. Lorraine says, I think the traffic cones have been put on red alert everywhere, Corinne. Doesn't matter what road you go on, round our way there's roadworks and no one working on them. Okay, no comment there. Leslie B's also in, and so is Jack Reed. So there we go. Good morning to you all. Right, I'm going to put the pad there. Let me just star that one so I know where I got up to. And I'm going to pop down to my craft desk here and show you how this works. Now, our lovely design team are designing these card templates for us. Make sure we give credit where it's due. It was Kath last week and it is Vicky this week. So yeah, they are working really hard on them. Now you will find the instructions. There are full instructions. See, this is week 2. It tells you Vicky has made this on how to make this. I'm going to show you. Some people work best with pictures. Some people work best with words, typed words. Some people like visual. So hopefully we will cover off everything. So the other thing you will also find, as I mentioned, are the mats and layers. So you'll get this PDF. You will want to print it out twice, because then what you'll do is you'll cut it out on the inner line for the smallest mat, and you'll cut it out on the larger line for the larger mat. And that's giving you all of the mats and layers you need for the largest one, all of the mats and layers you need for the smallest one, and that's the middle one, sorry, and the smallest one, plus the lid as well. So you're going to get all of those. Now, if you are an SVG user and you buy it that way, then everything will be on one file. So what you need to do, so hopefully we're going to be able to make this into a how-to video. So I'll just go through, and like I say, I'm not going to look at the iPad, and I'll just show you how to make this now. So if you're doing it with the physical one, as we said, these will always fit onto A4. Now, I am naturally a lazy crafter, so I don't want to have to cut any more than I need to. So I always use as many of the edges as I possibly can. So I've lined it up against 2 edges so that I don't have to cut those. Now, all I would do now is draw around this with my pencil, and that will then allow me to cut it out. You can also use heat reactive pens, the ones that will help you, the ones that disappear if you put a little bit of heat on. I like those. I think I might have to look whether I've got them in this craft bag or whether they're still in my old craft bag. So we can put these on here as well. We also put the name on the stencil, so if you do collect a few of them and you think, oh, I've forgotten which ones go with which, you can always look at the stencils and see. Right, so those are the cut lines, but it also tells you here, look, on here, which are your score lines. So you might just want to just do it as a dotty line. It's entirely up to you, or you might want to do it as a different colour way. So you just go around and put in your score lines. For me, if I just do it as a dotty line, then I know I'm not cutting it. There we go. I do as many as I can, but I just make sure that they're broken a little bit, and that will then help me. Oh, let's do that one before I miss it. And here. Don't worry, you're not going to have to watch me cut all of these out. I've got some cut out already, but I just want to show you what it looks like. There we go. So that will look like that. So I don't need to cut there, and I don't need to cut there. Then I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and then I'm just going to use my paper trimmer to cut down the first few bits. So make sure I've learned quite quickly with all paper trimmers, you need to hold your guard down nice and tight, and then we cut off the first one, and then I'm also going to cut off the next one. Make sure, double check that you have put it square up at the top and square there, and then you'll get a straight edge. So as far as I can see, that is all I can cut with that one. And then I would just grab my scissors. Like I say, I'm not going to cut all of these, but I'm just going to show you. You will just then cut. I'll go down to that bit in a minute. You will then cut round there. And again, as we've said, if you've got the SVG file, it's going to do all, oops, I'm not cutting this very well because I'm trying to do it so that Sam can see what I'm doing. There we go, cut round there, and then cut round there as well. I just need to go back in to that one. It's up to you. Now, everybody has a preferred choice of scissor size. and I am definitely, I find it easier with the larger scissors. So once you've done that, you then want to, let's see, oh, this one even still has the scoring tool. They're like gold dust around here. So I'm going to turn that over, and then I can pop this onto here, and I can then see, I just want to line it up. Now, if this was mine, I would have put a black line somewhere down one of these so that I can see to line it up. And then all I need to do is just score down my score line, just like that. And then I would score down the score line as well, just there. I can see it's all lined up. There we are, you can see, so you've got it like that. So let me just show you. Oh, I need more table. They're not giving me anywhere near enough table. So once you've got that, which one was this one? Here we are. We have, let me get these out of the way. We have this. So all you need to do then is score them. So you're going to score down that way, and my score tool has disappeared. So let's grab this one. There we go. So we're going to score down there, and then we're going to score down that way, and across here, and across here. Then all you need to do is you just need to fold it in on this score line. You've already started it going with your scoreboard, and then it will just press in. So then all you want to do is you're going to pop it like that, press those in, just give them that bit of memory, and then you have your first box. Can you see? Perfect like that. And then you just need to do your matte and layers. Now I have put a few ready, but I just want to show you. So you've got your large exploding box, matte layers. I've cut those ones out to fit there, and then I've cut them smaller ones to fit on the middle in there. So we can then just put a little bit of glue on, and we can put a little bit on here, put them onto our matte layers. Now it's entirely up to you whether you you do matte layers on the inside and the outside. That's your choice. I would definitely do matte layers on the outside of the first layer, but then you probably wouldn't be doing them after that. So I've got a couple going just here. There we go. Keep catching that. Right, like that. So I've got most of those, and you're going to have large ones for the centre. Now somewhere along the lines I've lost one of my matte layers, but I'm not going to get too hung up about that. So all we're going to do here is we're going to put that one into here, and then we're going to pop these around there. There they go, those go on like that. So let's pop those on. We can put these on. One like that. I would be tempted, once you get to a certain point, to put these on and then just put, while you're going on to the next layer, put something over the top and weight them down. I'm trying to see, I usually use something like a stamping platform. I just put that over with my water bottle, or at home I tend to use a punch, because that punch, if you've got a really good quality punch, they're metal all the way through, so they weigh quite a lot. So just put that on top of your stamping platform, on top of there, and within a couple of minutes everything is held down nice and tight. So have I got all of them here? Oops, that's not that one I want. I want that one. We can put that one on there, and that's going to go into the middle just there. There we go. And then I'm going to flip it over, especially as I've just done that one, and I'm going to put these. Now you have to think that this is going to be holding that way, so I'm going to pop these with all of those floral elements at the bottom, so that when it's folded up it looks the right way. Have I done them all the right way? Yes, I've done them all the right way on there. So that's pressing those on in the inside. Now remember, every time you put a matte and layer on, you're adding a little bit more strength and rigidity to whatever you're making. So this is going to be really, really good. It's going to be really strong, because it's got lots of layers on. Again, you don't need to do both sides of this if you don't want to, but I do think that the outside is good on this base layer, just because it will look better when you present it. Now that one's got a little bit of score line on, so that's going to strengthen that. So we can put that and then turn it over. Now the other thing you're going to find you've got is all of your mats and layers. You can see them on here. That's what these little bits are. These are for your corners. You only have corners on your first layer, so they will fit perfectly just like that. Now it's up to you. I wouldn't be using a dry glue, you know, tape for this part. I would be using a wet glue. Now I've lost the matte layer for two of those. I don't know where it's gone. I really don't know where it's gone, but we'll get there. So I've got them all ready. Tell you what, just for a little bit of speed, let's do this with a dry adhesive, just for speed. So we can pop these on. And these are going to go on. Doesn't this look lovely? I mean, and if you are doing these with the scan and cut, the SVG versions, then just think of all of the ways that you're going to be able to use the different layers. So every time you get these, you're getting shapes. You're getting, you're getting more and more shapes to be able to build up and add to your library. So that I think that's really, really useful. So we put those on there. Tell you what, I think for speed today, I'm just going to put them on the inside of here. I won't actually do them on the outside. Oop. There we go. Right, there we are. And then we're going to go on here and put that one. Right, so let's just make sure that's nicely pressed down. Like I say, if you've got something heavy, I'd be putting it on to there now so that that can be setting. So that's my first layer. You have got the mats and layers for there, but I'm not going to do that now, just for speed. So you can see that's going to pop in like that. It's getting lovely and strong, isn't it? Really nice. So let's put that one to one side, and then we need to get on with the first layer. So here's one I prepared earlier, trying to be nicely organised. So I've used the second template. Where are we? There we go. And we've used the second template and we've drawn around it, and we've just cut them out, and we've got all of our score lines in exactly the same. Like I say, it's up to you whether you decide to do them on the outside. We're just going to do them on the inside so that when it opens, you can see them. Now I am going to carry on with the dry glue for this, just for speed. If I was doing this at home, I would definitely be doing this with a wet glue. I prefer wet glues, but it's entirely up to you. And again, you've got your DIY doctor tape, but this we just need to whiz it through. So you've got your second layer. You've noticed already, we don't have the little, what do you call them, the little corner inserts. You don't need them for this layer. I think it would get too bulky and it probably wouldn't shut properly. So we can then keep going like that. This is beautiful, isn't it? I don't know what where Vicky's got these papers from, because Vicky's prepped this one for me. I don't know where it's from. They are lovely though. And then pop that into there. Look at that. Comes together really quickly, doesn't it? And then we've got the second layer, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So again, all we've done is we've drawn around the template, we've scored where it says score, and we've got those, and then we've used the mats and layers from the guide. Let me work out which one is the square. One of these is just slightly different to all the others. It's this one. Oh, look, she's even written base on for me. Isn't she good? So let's put those on here. I was trying to find this one this morning, this paper, and I don't know where it's from. I don't know all the collections yet. I will get to know them, won't I? But just yet, just at the moment, I'm not quite there. There we go. I won't be able to use that as an excuse for long. I can try. Good try. Yeah. There we are. Let's put those on. And we've nearly done all the fiddly bits already. They come together so quick, and you know you're going to be able to use these however you want. And like I said, remember, if you've got them as SVGs, you're going to be able to resize them. But if you resize them, remember, you're going to need to resize all the layers together. Mel is going to be looking at this tomorrow in her scan and cut shows. So there we are. Right. Okay, so I've got all 3 layers looking like that. And then all I need to, oh, I haven't done my lid. Let's do the lid. Let's get the lid done and then we can do them all. So the lid, really simple. Again, we've just drawn around the template and we've just done the mats and layers. So it comes together nicely like that. And then we can put that one on there. There we are. And then that one is going to go, oops, just there. And that will come on to here. Right, and boxes are really, really easy. Now, if you're going to do them with wet glue, I would recommend you get something like these little sewing clips, because then what you want to do is you want to put those on. If you're doing it with wet glue, it'll fit perfectly. You bend it round, and then what you concentrate on is making a right angle here. Once you've got the right angle, you just put a clip on and it takes seconds. If you don't have clips, then just do it with a dry glue like this and it'll grab. It's up to you. You use whichever medium works. So then just fold it round. The only thing is, if you use a dry glue like this, you've got to be careful that you get it lined up first time. But the great thing is, you know that this is going to hold. There we are. Right, so I was going to show you how to decorate it. It's entirely up to you. One quite nice way is to put some ribbon, attach it in there and come around the top, or we can go around the outside. Now, if you're going to go around the outside like I'm going to do now, I would do something like grab some red liner, find the centre, put the centre on, and then just, oops, don't take all your ribbon with you, then just line it up. I need to take that off now, but the tape's going to hold it if it's not dry. You can come round, and then hopefully, if I've done it right, oh yes, it lines up. That's always a positive. So we can cut that off. Let's move that, and then I have to find my end again, and then we can then take that off in one go. Now, I started my red liner there, so I'm actually going to start my ribbon in a different place. It's just the way I would prefer to do it. So I just know I've got extra strength. That is not straight, Corinne. There we go, that is better. You'd think I'd get it right because I've got the straight line of the ribbon, of the tape. But even so, I've still got it wrong. And the reason I've started in the middle, and you'll see in a minute, so we can just do that. There. Again, let's try and get it to match. There we go, like that. And then I would just tie myself a little bow. One, let's do it this way around. A bow. If you've got a bow maker, that would work perfectly, but I'm just going to do a very, very, quick and simple bow, which I can tie in my sleeve when I've not got a camera pointing at me. There we go, grab that one through there, and then you just adjust. It's always in the adjusting. That's how it works. Let's put that, and then bring that down there. Let's try and make sure that they are at least both sides matching. Nice sharp scissors always helps. And then where I've got my join, again, you can put another piece of red liner or a piece of, your tape pen, and then I can stick my bow over that and no one can see the join. Nice and strong, and there's my lid. So we need to assemble it. Where are we? Oh, we're doing plenty of time. There we are. So we've got our first layer, and then we're going to take our second layer. I'm going to use my tape pen just for speed. Again, if I was doing this at home or at my desk, I'd definitely be using a wet glue. And then I'm going to fold that in so you can see. I'm just going to line that up in the center. So although we have actually put the pattern mat layer in, I think you could quite easily get away for the biggest and the middle one with just your coloured layer or your first layer. I don't think you really need both, but we've given you both because you might not want as many mats and mats in or layers to your exploding box. So I'm going to put that one in next. Oops. Fold it in just so that I can see what I'm doing, and then I can put that one. Oh, that's not square in there. So now I've got all my layers. So let's just give it a check. So just pop those through the centre. Just once you've done it a couple of times, it'll have memory and it'll know exactly where it's going. So can you see, we just want these tabs to come into the centre, and then I'm just going to get my lid and pop it on. There we go. That's my exploding box. So I've got a couple of little bits here. I have taken, or Vicky's taken for me, she's taken from the scene building, the little boy and the dog that you can get in the die form, and we've just popped them onto some acetate. So she's reversed the image and put those there. So we're just going to I'm going to use a little bit of 3D glue gel, and she's done it with the scene building rather than the die. I think he's going to have to go diagonally, because then it means she can make it a little bit smaller. And then I've got a little bit of moss because we don't want to see all that bit, so I'm just going to put a little bit more glue on here, put that there just like that, grab a little bit of moss, and then it looks like they're in the grass having a little moment together. How perfect is that? Doesn't that look lovely? So we can fold it in, we can put it in, and I can see he's below the height. So just remember, whatever you need to do, it needs to be the height's smaller than that side so that it'll fit. And then we can pop that on there, and there we have our exploding box. I hope that shows you just how easy that was to put together, and hopefully we can turn that into a nice tutorial for you. So there we are. So if you do want that, Shop Stencil, it's been on the screen all the time. So Shop Stencil is absolutely perfect, and it's going to give you the exploding box. Now, if you don't want the physical form, you prefer working digitally, then Shop SVG is the one that you want for that. I'm going to show you while I'm down here again, because they're not up on the counter. Oh, I was just going to show you. I actually put one together. This is one I put together. Look at this. Doesn't it look gorgeous with the black? Now, I did a different paper on the outside. I've not put all this one together yet, and I've put it on there. Now, this is the free Valentine's download. So I just wanted to show you how lovely that would be. We can put that in there. I would then attach one of my foam flowers, or I've got a few of the espresso ones, and I thought that one would look beautiful in there because it's just the right colours. So I could put that in there. I could put that like that. I've got a different colour, different pattern on the outside because I thought that worked really well. You could have a little message in there too, and doesn't that look lovely with your black card? Now, we've got black card on the show if you want that, and that is exactly the same card that I've used on here, Shop 20. So although I said 250 and this is 220, you can see with all the mats and layers it worked really, really well. So just wanted to show you the alternative, but it's not up on the counter. Have you got them, the little pearls, Amber? Oh, yeah. The pearls. Now, Jane's just now on camera at the moment. We very quietly changed camera person halfway through. Sam was needed elsewhere. Now, does it say these are flat back pearls? It says minimum 288.
I need to change that.
It's not.
Way more. But maybe a 0 on the end.
Yeah, it's thousands, isn't it? It is absolute. Do you mean to tell me you didn't sit and count them all?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Jane, you disappoint me.
Oh, I do apologise, but Katie's off for 2 weeks, so I'm doing.
If Katie was here, you'd have
I
time.
I counted them. Yes.
I don't think I believe there are thousands, literally thousands. They're all flat-backed pearls. Now, you might think to yourself, "That's great. I don't really need thousands and thousands of cream pearls. But look at this. I want to show you this. This is what I would do with them. Put a piece of tape on there. It can be any sort of tape. Now, I have to, please be careful which way you open it out. I'll admit I opened it upside down the first time.
I nearly did the first time.
Yeah, very
quickly
nearly.
Changed my mind.
Yeah, very quickly. Then you just want to get something to pick them up with. So why can I never see anything that I'm looking for in my bag when I'm looking? I can never find, right, I've got a pair of tweezers. So grab the pearl that you want to grab and pop it onto the tape. I'll grab a different size as well. And then you can do this right down to the tiniest ones. Oh, look at that, staticky ones that grab me. Now that's upside down, so let's just flick those over. There we go. Pop those on the tape, so that one's not on, so I can put that back in. And I am just going to put my lid back on because I think it wouldn't take much to spill those. Then you want to get an alcohol pen. I like the alcohol pens that have a brush nib. I definitely find you get a better result from there. Then all you need to do is you get your pearl. Oh, it squeaks nicely. And then you colour them with your alcohol pen. Now you just need to give it a minute to dry. So if you try to wipe this off straight away, press down a minute, it will wipe off. Right, you can see as I've just done that when I pressed it down. But you can now colour them to match your projects perfectly. Even the little ones, will colour up. Look at that. Now, yeah, it looks scruffy on this piece of card because I want to make sure I am gluing right down to the edges. I move these ones, but I would leave those 3 or 4 minutes. That's all it takes, probably not even that. But once you've done that, now these have been on here a while, so they've probably started to stick. There we go. You now have your coloured pearls in whatever size you want to match. I've stuck these down a bit longer than they should have been on there. Look at that. Can you see even the teeny tiny ones will now match your project perfectly. If you want cream ones, you have got thousands and thousands. But this means potentially that's the only gems, flat back gems, so shop pearls for £8.99. Wow, that was a lot cheaper than we were discussing, Jane.
Yeah, it was a lot cheaper.
Jane came to me and said, would you pay
X amount?
X amount? And I was like, probably. For, and we reckoned about, we said over 2,000, didn't we?
Yeah.
We reckoned. I can't pick those up, I'll do that. But if you want those, whatever your projects, whether you're going to put them on your your books or your cards, or you can be using them in your mixed media, however you want to use them. They'll go on with your hot glues, they'll go on with your things like your bookbinding glue or your tacky glues, they'll go on with your 3D glues. It's entirely up to you, but they're non-sticky. But I think that means that you can put them wherever you want. So yeah, big tip for you, shop pearls. They're all cream, but you can make them whatever colour you want. 10%. Oh, there you are. That 10% of those have just gone. You like that, didn't you? There you are. That's my top tip for you. Right, let's see who else has been in, because I haven't looked at the iPad for quite a long time. Oh, wow, let's have a look. Where did I get to? Lots of people. All right. Amanda's in. Morning, sorry I'm late. Handing back over to my colleague their work. I can breathe now. Welcome back, Amanda. Angela's in. So's Mrs. H999. Chris Biggs is in. 300 pure print. Can you use that on the scan and cut? Has just joined in. Yes, you can. It's the premium we say you don't use. Sandra Little's in. So is Lexi. Julie Hallam says, good morning, everyone, from Richard and Julie. Fran's saying, well done, Vicky. So, Vicky, if you're watching, they're loving your template. Then you're all talking to each other. Where are we? Oh, Fran says, DIY Dr. Tape is as good as the red liner, I find. Well, there you are. I need to really get into it. They're loving this, the design. Carol M's, morning, everyone. Very late this AM. We'll have to watch Catch Up. That box looks amazing. Reading through the messages. Lots of lovely messages for our Amanda. Would be nice to put a ring in the middle of the flower. Oh, Wow, ideas, ideas. Karen had her 64th birthday yesterday. Congratulations. I hope you had a lovely day, Karen. I hope you had lots of nice presents, and I'm sure you will have found a little present from us in your inbox. If you had the highlight crafts and you put your birth date in, you have to put your date of birth in, otherwise we don't know. We don't know. Right, probably about 10 minutes left. Not 4 minutes. Okay. Right, that wasn't 10 minutes. Let's have a quick look up at the counter and we shall finish the last 4 minutes. That didn't last long, did it? Oh, right, okay. Let me not trip over everything. So you can see everything we have got on the counter. So as we've already mentioned, Shop Stencil is going to get you the 4-part stencil to be able to make the gorgeous exploding box. So this is the one that Vicky made. As you can see just on here. She put those little elements on the outside as well as on the inside, but doesn't that look gorgeous? Now, as I already mentioned, the instructions and the matte layers for the physical stencils are available on the website, and you'll see them when you find this item on the website. So Shop Stencil, it's £7.99. If we had done this in die form, that would have required 4 sheets of A4 metal. You wouldn't have got that under £40, probably even more. So this is why we're doing them in stencil format, so that you can so we can bring these every week. We got control of them because we can make the stencils here. So, and also it means that we bring them to you at a price that hopefully you can afford. Now, the next one we've got is the SVG version of the exploding box. So you're still going to get exactly the same as you got for the stencils, but you're going to get it in SVG format. How versatile is that? You can now resize them. This is sort of the optimum size working from A4. As I've already mentioned, all of our card templates are designed to never need more than A4 cardstock to be able to make them. So you can do these. So you can put these on your scan and cut. You can cut out the base layers. You're also going to get SVG files for all of the mats as well. And I'm guessing there will be instructions for that. So that is Shop SVG, and it's only £4.99. You might want both. It's entirely up to you. Mel is going to go into a lot more detail with that one tomorrow. We've already mentioned the pure print. Now this is the one that will go on your scan and cut mats as well, or you might just want it for your base layers. 50 sheets for £12.99. It's 300 GSM. It will cut and score absolutely beautifully. So that's Shop Card. I always talk about them, forget to give you the codes. Shop 20. We've reduced the price to £9.99 for 20 sheets of 220 GSM 12 by 12. It's the Craft Master, so it's our own brand black card, black core, so that is perfect. I've got the DIY Dr. Tape. As we've already said, some people are saying this is as good as red liner. You're going to get 30 rolls. It's not even, it's only just over 50p a roll, which is phenomenal. And it says that each roll, I can never remember, is 28 metres. That's a lot of tape. So if you want that, Shop Tape for that one. And if you loved the little moments of joy that I showed you, then here we have it in die format. So you're going to get the 2 sets of dies, and you're also going to get all of the artwork. You'll have to look back at the beginning of the video if you want to see, the beginning of the show if you want to see that, but that's going to be able to enable you to make these gorgeous little elements. So that's Shop Bundle, but if you want that as an SVG, that is Shop Digital, and that is just £8.99. So that's going to get you the SVG. Very quickly, I want to remind you about the Sospresso Transparente. Brilliant deal. Shop Mix £24.99. You are going to love that. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to show you that today. That is for the sheets. It is a 6-pack bundle, £24.99. Shop Mixed. And don't forget to put the tools in as well. Okay, I'm going to disappear now. I've no idea who's on next. I've no idea, but I'm sure it'll be fantastic, whoever it is. So please come back and join us in just 5 minutes at 10 o'clock. And I'll be back very soon.